All right, we're on air. It is Thursday, June 8th. This is a meeting to check in on active design tasks for Backdrop CMS. We have a short meeting this week, so we don't have a lot of stuff going on, but I do want to call attention to the issues in the Backdrop issue tracker that are tagged with audience design. If anyone has any interest in giving design review on things. There are a couple of them that need some feedback. We have issue number 2269 is the one that had, we're putting an unpublished sort of watermark on unpublished content in the basis theme. So if you have any feedback on what that should look like or terminology, there was a little bit of a recommendation that we use the word draft instead of unpublished. I'm torn on it. I feel like draft is the wrong word, but I also like it more than unpublished. So I can go either way on that one. If anyone wants to weigh in on that.
That seems to be kind of the consensus, that it's wrong, but we like it more.
Yeah. It's not a draft, but I like the word better. People understand it better. It's more friendly. It's more human. Unpublished is very like robotic sounding. It's just there isn't like a friendly, I mean, maybe there is a more friendly word for unpublished, but it's like not visible. I don't know. Draft is close and people know what it means. So I think the current status is we have a watermark and it's rotated and it says unpublished. And I added a comment there today that was like, what is it? How does that rotation work? If your content isn't tall enough, does it like chop off the word so you can't read it properly? But I don't know, it might just increase the size of your content. Is that okay? So just kind of get some feedback on how to handle that sizing of things. Then the next issue that we could also use some help with is updating the views grid style to be responsive. And this isn't necessarily something where we need design feedback, but anyone who's a front ender and has opinions on what that markup should look like and how many classes we should allow added in the UI, kind of a user experience review on that would be useful too, to see if we are asking people for maybe more information that's necessary. And that's number 479 in the Backdrop issue queue. I also added a new issue in here, number 1198. This is something that's come up a couple of times in a couple of different issues where our front end styles do not match the styles that we see in the editor. So when you're editing a piece of content, the fonts are the wrong size and the line height's wrong. And this is just something that I think CK Editor includes default styles that don't match Backdrop's default styles, but we have a utility there where we can override the styles that are added to make them match. And so the task here is just, we should do that per theme. We should change the fonts and the sizing and whatever for all the core themes. And that'll set a good precedent for anyone who's doing a contrib theme to be able to follow and say, oh, this is how I change the styles inside my editor. So there's kind of a usability issue that was like, just make the fonts bigger. And then there was another issue that's like, no, actually do it right. And today I closed the usability issue and said, let's not put in a stopgap. Let's just fix the problem. So hopefully everyone's on board with that, but we could definitely use some help implementing those. And that's issue 1198. If anyone else is interested in design or user experience focused issues, there is a tag in the issue queue you can check. You can also specifically look at issues that are marked for the milestone for Backdrop 1.8 if you want to look at those. But that's all we have pulled out specifically to talk about this week in this meeting. We also have some other things we're working on for Backdrop that need design. Most importantly, we're trying to roll out an update for the backdropcms.org homepage. We've got two different angles of attack going for that. Wes put a ton of work in creating a new theme, but it's a basis sub-theme, so anything that didn't have particular styles before are now looking like basis instead of like Backdrop. So there's a little bit of work to kind of like undo the basis styling to get that going. There's also updates constantly happening to backdropcms.org based on feedback and bug fixes. So trying to keep those in sync is being a little difficult. Wes has been really busy lately and hasn't made any progress. But if we have anyone else that wants to work on that, we've got a branch, we've got sanitized databases. It's a place that could be fun if you want to jump in, figure out where we're at, and see if you can help us make some progress. And that's all we have for this week's meeting. But I don't know if Tom or Nate, you have anything you want to bring up. If not, we can wrap early and then we'll meet again in about 45 minutes to talk about other development tasks we're working on for Backdrop.
Yeah, no additional things here.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks guys for coming, and we will see you in a little bit.
Okay. Thank you.